it's great. It means a lot to me to have everybody here. It's meant a lot for me to just all the warm feelings that I've gotten from people about the work that we've done together. Because I think that's part of it, is that it really, everything that we do together with people. It's not nothing that the AFSC does, pretty much the AFSC does by itself, nothing that Maggie and I do, really we do by ourselves. We're always doing it with others, and it's always been about creating a community of people here in New Hampshire working together for change on lots and lots of issues that need our attention.
So my name is Ruth Heath, and I'm a member of Concord, New Hampshire Friends Meeting. And I have been here for 40 years, and I've met Arnie when he first became the AFSC director. I've been more active recently at the State House, lobbying, and really telling interchange I heard with Arnie and another lobbyist from a very right-wing organization. We were standing there, he was handing out right-wing leaflets, we were handing out our progressive leaflets, and Arnie, instead of just ignoring him, went right over to him and started chatting with him about his photography, which an interest that they shared, and his children, and just making conversation as you would with a friend. And I thought that was such a great example of how Arnie builds relationships in a really authentic way, how he really cares about people, and how that makes such a difference in moving forward the work of Love Made Visible.
The Occupy movement started in 2011.
September
in New York, and a month later we started Occupy meetings in New Hampshire, meeting in Concord, but also meeting in Manchester where we live. And Arnie came to our meetings, and I had never really done any activism before, or besides signing petitions.
Yeah.
And he talked to us about the primary coming up, or the primary that was in progress at the time, and bird dogging candidates. And so I bird dogged the first time I bird dogged a presidential candidate was that year. And I bird dogged Newt Gingrich at a town hall, and my voice was incredibly shaky. But then after that, for the next primary, when Eric was working with Arnie at AFSC in the Governing Under the Influence campaign, I was an active volunteer, and I talked to lots of presidential candidates, and my voice didn't shake again.
Yeah, I remember the Occupy days where, Arnie would come to the meetings, and he just had this calm presence to him. He spoke with such clarity to a large group of people so that everybody could follow along, and he would bring everybody along with him in the process of explaining just how you can, as a citizen, engage in this thing, the New Hampshire primary. Mm-hmm. Kind of oddly, during that period, there was a demonstration there was a Republican debate at the Capitol Center, and Occupy was going to demonstrate out there outside of the event, and so we had a marriage of the corporation.
Yes.
So I was dressed up as Bank of America. I was this giant sort of ominous figure, and Elizabeth was the bride, dressed in a gown and veil.
And then Arnie objected to the marriage and he said, I object. A marriage can take place between a woman and a man and a man, a woman and a woman, but people cannot marry corporations. So then all the demonstrators said that the government should just marry the corporation since they're married already. And then Vermin Supreme.
We don't need this. We can skip that part.
Did something very Vermin Supreme-like.
So yeah, I mean, that's what I learned from Arnie, that political involvement is it is a bit of a performance. When you show up to a town hall meeting, you may be shy, or it doesn't feel natural to you, but in that scene, you're just an actor playing a role in this environment, and doing our duty as citizens. And so that was helpful for me, because I'm naturally very introverted type of person. So yeah, and since then I think I bird dogged more than 20 presidential candidates, and during while I was involved with the campaign, I was out doing visibilities with our giant banners, and